Chosen one, God has spoken. Let's go, chosen one. This is not a passing thought or a random whisper in the wind. It is a divine instruction, a heavenly decree wrapped in urgency. The moment you've been praying for, the moment you fought through fire and wilderness to reach, is not coming next year, not next month. It's coming tomorrow. And if you are hearing this now, let the truth settle deep within you. It is not by chance. It is confirmation. You were guided here, pulled by a divine current, because the heavens have shifted in your favor. This is your call to move. The waiting room of your life is closing. The doors that were sealed are now trembling, preparing to open wide. The season of delay is broken. The silence of heaven has ended. What was once pending is now processing. The promise is activating. And you, yes you, must prepare. This is your divine countdown. It's time to pack. Not just your bags, but your entire being. Prepare your soul, renew your mind, and clear your physical space. You're not just changing locations, you're stepping out of an old timeline and into an entirely new reality crafted specifically for you by the hand of God. He's not asking for your understanding, He's commanding your trust. When He says, "Let's go," it's not a question. It's a move, a moment, a mission. This is your final instruction before liftoff. Pause this message, hit the like button as an act of agreement, subscribe and be part of a community destined for divine transition, and type 99 in the comments below to release your faith into the spiritual atmosphere. You are not just interacting with a screen, you are sending a signal to the heavens: I'm ready, I believe, I'm moving. Chosen one, if your heart is racing, if something within you feels like it's awakening, that's not emotion, that's recognition. Your spirit knows this is truth. Stay with me to the end, because what you are about to receive isn't a speech. It's a spiritual transmission. This will set you in motion, aligning your life with your greatest divine moment. God is not whispering, He is thundering. Let's go. And He means it. There is a sacred urgency in the air. Tomorrow is not just a date on the calendar, it's a holy appointment etched into eternity before you ever took your first breath. When God speaks, even the stars align. Imagine a judge striking the gavel, declaring that the case is closed. The blessing is confirmed and the breakthrough is signed and sealed in the courts of heaven. That's what's happening now. The unseen realm is trembling with movement. Angels are preparing. The atmosphere is shifting under your feet. This is not general favor, it's personal prophecy. You have cried in silence, whispered prayers into the night, wondered if your voice reached beyond the ceiling. And now God answers in power. Your time has come. This moment is not just about change, it's about transformation. Like a captain calling the ship's crew to their stations, heaven is rallying you into your divine purpose. The hour is upon you, and the preparation is no longer optional. Your journey has been long. You've walked through deserts of confusion, storms of fear, and valleys of heartbreak, but all of it was sacred training. The pain, the rejection, the loneliness. It carved you into the vessel you are now. Every unanswered question was building your endurance. Every closed door was building your discernment. Every delay was building your alignment. Now God is saying, it's time, but don't think this move is only physical. It is spiritual, it's emotional, it's mental, it's the complete relocation of your essence. Packing, in this divine sense, means taking inventory of everything in your soul. Imagine a suitcase filled not with clothes, but with the scars that taught you strength, the tears that taught you surrender, the battles that forged your faith. Pack what empowers you, but leave behind what breaks you. You can't enter a new land carrying the old weight. There are things that once defined you that must now be released. Regrets you've rehearsed in your mind for years. Bitterness that's rooted deep but never bore fruit. Beliefs that once felt safe but now feel suffocating. Let them go. Picture yourself standing at a gate to destiny, and in your hands are bags too heavy for liftoff. The only way through is to drop what no longer serves the next version of you. This isn't punishment, it's promotion. What God is calling you into will not tolerate the toxicity of the past. Like a traveler about to board a flight, you are being asked to travel light. God isn't asking you to abandon your identity. He's asking you to shed the version of yourself that was shaped by trauma, fear, and lack. He's inviting you to rise, not into uncertainty, but into the place he already prepared, a place of abundance, peace, and purpose. You are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into the unveiled. God has made provision for this moment. The land ahead is flowing with blessings. It's a place where you won't have to force open doors. They will open before you arrive. It's a reality where your gifts are received and your voice carries weight. But before you take possession, you must position your heart. Pack it with faith, with boldness, with the expectation that what's coming is not just good, it's glorious. This countdown is sacred. Every second carries spiritual power. Think of it as the final moments before a rocket launches. The tension, the stillness, the breath before explosion. You might feel like nothing is moving, but heaven is in full motion. What felt like delay was divine momentum building beneath the surface. And now the pressure is peaking. The silence is about to shatter. The launch is near. Remain focused. Remain faithful. When the moment comes, it will be fast and final. The window will not stay open forever. So ready your soul, ready your space, ready your steps. You are not stepping into just another season. You are stepping into your appointment with destiny. The voice of God has spoken. The signal is clear. Let's go. You are standing at the edge of two realities, the old world behind you and the new one shimmering just beyond your reach. It feels strange, doesn't it? Like you're living between two heartbeats, in a space where time bends and the air itself feels charged with something holy. This is what a divine transition feels like. Not chaos, not confusion, but sacred tension. You are being lifted from where you were and placed into where you were always meant to be. This is not a casual moment. It is a spiritual threshold. The atmosphere around you is saturated with purpose. The shift has already begun. The terrain of your life is being rewritten, and everything that once felt familiar is starting to fade. Conversations you used to entertain now feel empty. Places that once felt like home now echo with misalignment. That's not your imagination. That's elevation. You are not who you were, and you're not supposed to be. The old timeline served its purpose. It tested you, refined you, pushed you to the edge of surrender, and taught you to hold on to God when everything else failed. But that timeline also held chains, patterns, people, and beliefs that quietly drained your spirit. And now, God is asking you to let it all go. Not out of cruelty, but because you cannot fly carrying the weight of what once wounded you. Release is the price of resurrection. Crossing into this new timeline isn't just a change of scenery, it's a change of dimension. It's a spiritual elevation where scarcity is replaced with abundance, confusion with clarity, and striving with favor. This realm is not limited by the rules of your past. You're entering a place where divine order rules and heaven's logic overrides human limitation. God is calling you into a realm where you don't chase blessings. They find you. Where your prayers are not ignored, but instantly echoed in divine action. Where your name is spoken in rooms you never stepped foot in, because favor always goes before the faithful. But to get there, you must trust the disorientation. You must allow yourself to be detached from what you once called stability. It may feel like the floor is shifting beneath you, but in truth, God is placing you on firmer ground than ever before. Picture it, a world where every door opens effortlessly because it was never meant to be forced. A space where your gifts are not questioned but honored. Where peace greets you in the morning and divine direction guides your every step. That's not a fantasy. That's the future God already wrote your name into. This is not about ambition, it's about assignment. It's about stepping into the version of yourself that God envisioned when He first whispered your name into existence. You are being relocated, not just physically but spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Like a tree being uprooted and replanted in richer soil, your entire essence is being moved into an environment that will allow you to grow without limits. You're not being promoted, you're being planted. Deeply, purposefully, permanently. Gone are the days of striving to be seen. The battles for validation are over. God has already written your name on the door of your next dwelling. You are moving from the shadows into the light. From obscurity into undeniable purpose. And what's even more breathtaking, you didn't earn it. You were chosen for it. Not for your perfection, but for your persistence, for your refusal to let go of God, even when you had every reason to give up. This relocation is holy. It's irreversible. Once God moves you, no demon, no delay, no doubt can undo it. So prepare. You're not just stepping into abundance, you are being planted in it. For years, you felt the sting of delay. You watched others rise while your feet stayed stuck. Opportunities passed you by, prayers felt unanswered, doors remained closed. You questioned your timing, you questioned your worth. But heaven was not ignoring you, heaven was building you. The delay was not punishment, it was preparation. And now the acceleration is here. It's swift, it's intense, and it will be unmistakable. God is flipping the script. What once moved at a crawl will now move at the speed of light. What took others years will take you weeks. People will look at your rise and call it sudden, but they'll never understand the pain that paved your path. The years you spent sowing in silence, the nights you cried while remaining faithful. That quiet faith, it built your runway. And now your launch is imminent. But hear this clearly. Acceleration does not wait. When God says move, hesitation can become disobedience. So stay alert, stay obedient, stay grounded. This is not the moment to question. It is the moment to ride the wave of divine favor. Let go of the idea that your breakthrough must make sense. It won't. It's not supposed to. The supernatural never conforms to the logic of man. The shift you are about to experience is spiritual first, and everything else will catch up. You're not walking into your next season. You are being escorted by heaven into it. The key is release. You cannot bring yesterday's grief into tomorrow's glory. Your hands must be free, your heart must be open. The bitterness, the brokenness, the guilt, the shame, they must be laid down. They had their chapter. They do not belong in the one God is writing now. You have been forgiven. You have been seen, and you are being chosen all over again. Release isn't weakness, it is alignment. Forgiveness is not about forgetting the pain, it's about refusing to let it poison the promise. Some of you are still clinging to relationships that expired long ago. You're replaying old failures as if they still have power. But God is declaring an end to shame, an end to striving, an end to survival mode. This is the moment where you release the ashes and prepare to wear the crown. God is clearing space for better connections, better health, deeper joy, and peace that can't be shaken. The release is the doorway. And once you walk through it, your eyes will open to what heaven has been preparing all along. Don't delay your future by holding on to your past. Let go. The better has already begun. You are not here by coincidence. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every delay that left you confused, it all led to this divine intersection. God has been orchestrating your arrival with sacred precision. Behind the veil of what looked like stagnation, heaven was in motion. Like a master craftsman aligning stars and seasons, he was weaving purpose through every detail. What once seemed like chaos was always part of a divine composition. God didn't forget you. He was positioning you. You've been in the shadows, faithfully waiting. You endured seasons where everything inside you wanted to quit, yet some holy fire kept you standing. That wasn't weakness. That was your calling anchoring you through the storm. And now the shift has arrived. It's more than a promotion, it's a transformation. You're not stepping into just another season. You're being relocated to a new realm where the rules are different, the access is divine, and the favor is relentless. This moment you've stepped into is what alignment feels like. Your gifts are finally meeting their assignment. Your wounds are turning into wisdom. And your preparation is unfolding into promotion. Every delay, every detour, every painful redirection, it wasn't wasted. It was a part of the positioning. When God relocates you, it won't be subtle. You will vanish from the old version of your life like morning mist burning off in the sunrise. The ones who overlooked you won't even recognize you on the other side of this elevation. That's not arrogance, it's anointing. What once oppressed you will now observe you. You're not just changing locations, you're changing frequencies. The old you has served its purpose and is now being laid to rest. The world you're entering is reserved for the refined you, the healed you, the obedient you. This is the season where God reintroduces you with glory. He's dressing you in new authority, crowning you with wisdom forged in the furnace, surrounding you with favor that doesn't require explanation. Where you once begged to be seen, now your presence will command honor. The place where you used to shrink is being replaced with a platform meant for your voice to rise. Where you were once dismissed, now you will be distinguished. This is not about ego, it's about elevation, and elevation requires separation. That's why certain people have drifted. Why places that once felt warm now feel cold. Why conversations that once energized you now drain your soul. It's not emotional instability and it's spiritual promotion. You're no longer vibrating at the frequency of survival, you're aligning with destiny. The version of you that tolerated less is no longer here. The version of you that made excuses for others' mistreatment is gone. And though the past may call, it no longer holds authority over your spirit. The shift is real. You can feel it in your body, in your prayers, in your dreams. Even the silence you're sitting in is loud with purpose. You are walking in two realms, one that is closing and another that is opening. This in-between can feel uncomfortable, even lonely, but it is holy. Do not mourn what is leaving. Celebrate what is being made room for. You are not meant to stay where you were tolerated. God is placing you where you will be treasured. And yes, there will be those who won't understand your shift. They'll try to pull you back into roles and routines that no longer fit. But do not explain. You don't owe explanations for your elevation. God's call on your life isn't up for committee approval. You are not who you were. And that's the point. The new version of you requires new boundaries, new patterns, new vision. And God is giving you the grace to walk in it without guilt. You're not escaping. You're graduating. And the altitude you're going to demands clarity. At higher levels, the air is thinner. There's less room for noise, less tolerance for confusion. Don't be surprised when old relationships feel incompatible. The calling on your life is speaking louder than your need for comfort. Let that be enough. You've survived the storms where no one clapped for you. Now you're being prepared for a season where heaven itself celebrates your obedience. The new realm you're entering isn't simply better, it's blessed. It's drenched in divine inheritance. And it carries 4 sacred promises: respect, wealth, health, and peace. Respect, not from ego, but from divine identity. No more pleading to be understood. God is positioning you in places where your very presence speaks honor. Wealth, not just financial, but spiritual, emotional, and relational. Resources will begin to flow toward you as naturally as breath. You'll give and never lack again. Health, not just the absence of sickness, but the fullness of divine alignment. Your body will respond to the shift, strength will return, anxiety will break, wholeness will flood in. Peace, not temporary relief, but deep sacred stillness. A fortress of calm will surround you even when the world shakes. This is the atmosphere of the realm God is relocating you to. You are not chasing blessings anymore. They are chasing you. But don't search for this realm in the familiar. It is not found in old patterns or comfortable places. This space exists only where obedience dwells. You must walk away from what is known and into the mystery of divine promise. This is your new normal, sacred, powerful, unstoppable. And yes, the pain was real. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the silence, they all happened. But they do not belong in the place God is calling you to. Carrying them with you would be like dragging shadows through sunlight. God is not asking you to survive anymore, He's inviting you to heal. You've walked through fire, now it's time to shed the ashes. Take off the armor you no longer need, the battle is over. The promise has come, you are no longer just recovering, you are rising. This chapter does not need your pain, it needs your presence. So breathe deeper, love bolder, walk freer. The version of you emerging now doesn't need to fight for approval. You've already been chosen. Step forward without apology. This is where you begin to live as the person God always knew you'd become. You've arrived at the turning point, not a transition, but a complete relocation of your spirit. You are not just entering a new season, You are being ushered into a new dimension of identity, authority, and divine placement. This is not adjustment, it is appointment. The atmosphere around you is no longer what it was. The weight in the air, that's heaven leaning in. Everything familiar is shaking, systems are crumbling, patterns that once sustained you are now breaking apart like old scaffolding. But this is not destruction, this is divine dismantling. God is not tearing your life down, He is tearing open the walls that confined your destiny. The places that once held you can no longer contain you. What once felt like safety now feels like suffocation because your soul has outgrown its shell. And yes, it's uncomfortable. You may feel disoriented, even emotionally disconnected. But this is what spiritual elevation feels like. This is how it feels when God begins to move you beyond what your past could ever imagine. The pressure isn't punishment, it's propulsion. You are being launched. God is calling you higher, but to rise, you must release. You cannot carry expired relationships, old fears, or limited thinking into this new realm. The doors opening before you weren't meant for the person you used to be. They are opening for the version of you that has been forged in silence, tested in darkness, and refined by fire. This is not about being perfect. This is about being ready. You are not the same. You've been changed from the inside out. Not everyone will understand. Some will try to pull you back into what feels familiar, but you must let go. You must let them go, not in bitterness, in peace. Because the future you're walking into is too powerful to be delayed by explanations. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your evolution. Let your life be the evidence. Let your obedience speak louder than your words ever could. This is your exit from survival, your entrance into reign. What you are stepping into is permanent. Don't pack lightly. Don't hold on to safety nets. This is not a test run. This is fulfillment. God is shifting you into a space where favor surrounds you like a shield, where clarity replaces confusion, and where your voice carries weight in places you used to be invisible. And no, you're not imagining it. The acceleration is real. What took others years will happen for you in moments. Doors will swing open before you can knock. Answers will find you before you ask. Resources will chase you not because of who you know, but because of whose you are. You didn't force this breakthrough, you surrendered into it. This is the reward of hidden faith. You stayed when you could have walked away. You prayed when you had every reason to give up. You praised when your heart was breaking, and now God is delivering on what He promised. You weren't forgotten, you were preserved. Heaven didn't deny you, it prepared you. You weren't buried, you were planted, and now what's been growing in secret is about to bloom in public. This isn't your moment to wonder if you're worthy. This is your moment to wear the crown, not out of pride, but out of purpose. You were called to this. You were chosen for this. The elevation is not a surprise to heaven. It was scheduled. So walk like the doors are already open, because they are. Speak like the promise is already in motion, because it is. Live like the battle is already won, because it's been settled. You are stepping into a new normal, a dimension where peace is not temporary but unshakable, where wealth flows in all forms, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, and yes, even financially. Where your health aligns with heaven, where respect meets you without needing to be demanded, where joy rises without needing to be chased, and most of all, where purpose takes center stage. This is what you were made for. The battle wasn't in vain, the pain wasn't wasted. Every tear watered the very soil you're now rooted in. Every lonely night was a setup for this divine unveiling. You're not just walking into something new, you are becoming someone new. Let this truth settle in your bones. You are not escaping the old, you are being enthroned in the new. So don't apologize for the shift. Don't downplay the glory. Don't shrink back when God is calling you to stand tall. Your steps are no longer random, they are royal. Your pace is no longer delayed, it is divinely timed. Your voice is no longer muted, it is prophetic. You're not just entering your promise, you are becoming it. And from this moment forward, let everything you do reflect the truth of who you are, chosen, positioned, equipped, and unstoppable. This is your confirmation. This is your commissioning. This is your crossover. This is your confirmation. This is your commissioning. This is your crossover. Walk like it. Stand like the chains are gone. Speak like heaven has already answered. Move like the blessing has already landed. Think like delay never existed. Pray like every promise is activated. Breathe like you're free. Rise like you're royal. Step like you belong. Command the atmosphere, because it's yours now. No more shrinking, no more questioning, no more waiting for permission. This is your time. This is your place. This is your crown. Take it. Heaven has spoken. Hell has lost. The earth is watching, and you are ready. You are not going back. You are not staying still. You are not who you used to be. You are chosen. You are rising. You are walking in power. So go. Shift the room. Change the temperature. Let the world witness what God already declared. This is your moment. Walk like it.